Tower of Adversity. It's an okay game mode. It's definitely something that will improve over time as players gain access not only to more characters, but also to more resources to level up the characters they currently have. The limited nature of early Tower of Adversity is definitely part of the charm for some people. Struggling against the odds with just a few powered up characters is kind of fun. But whether you absolutely love Tower of Adversity or you just do it as a formality, I am almost positive that there are things about it that will annoy you. But first, this video is sponsored by Epic Games Store, and they're giving away free rewards for Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is an open-world action RPG that begins in Teyvat, a vibrant world full of magic, mystery, and memorable characters. Version 5.0 just released with new quests, new 5-star characters, Mualani and Kinich, and massive rewards. Once you complete Liyue's Archon quest, you can jump right into Natlan's Archon quest. And you'll want to do so since the rewards include free pulls and even a free 5-star character of your choice. And we can't forget Genshin's anniversary is coming up too. But wait, there's more. Remember Epic Games Store? They distribute over 2,900 digital titles worldwide for PC, Mac, and Android. But did you know they offer free games every Thursday? And it's not just a trial. Once you claim it, it's yours to keep forever. But perhaps best of all is their Epic Rewards program. It gives you 5% back on eligible purchases, including in-game transactions, and you can use those rewards to get a discount on future purchases. If that wasn't enough, use the code EPICGENSHIN2024 to get all these free items in Genshin Impact. Download the link in the description below to get Genshin Impact from Epic Games Store and claim those rewards. So first of all, what is Tower of Adversity for any potential new players out there? Well, it's a game mode that has several fights over 3 different towers, and every time you use a character in any stage of the tower, it will deplete some of their vigor. Now every character starts off with 10 vigor, and every stage costs a different amount of vigor to participate in. This means you could use the exact same team to go all the way through Resonant Tower, or all the way through Echoing Tower, because their totals add up to 10 vigor, but you might be putting yourself at a disadvantage then. After all, the first few stages of Resonant Tower and Echoing Tower are much easier than the later ones, so you probably want your absolute strongest characters for those. Meanwhile, Hazard Tower in the center has 2 difficult boss challenges usually, and those cost 5 vigor each, so you'll definitely want to save your strongest characters for that too. This game mode forces you to get creative with characters you might normally never touch. So you can probably see why I said it'll get better as the months go on and we get more characters and more resources to use more characters. That sounds all well and good, but this place is so annoying. And not even because you can only use limited characters. That part's fine. No, the annoying things start from the moment you arrive there. This door. I hate this door so much. Every time you exit Tower of Adversity, and you will, you are kicked right out of the tower. Then, when you go back in, you have to watch the protective force field disappear and the door slowly open all over again. Maybe you're having a tough time on the stage and you think, man, this isn't going anywhere, I should leave. And you press pause and you see your options are either to continue or to leave. And you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave, of course. And then the game not only puts you outside the door, it puts you all the way down at the bottom of the stairs, so you have to run back up the stairs to the tower, you have to click on the tower, you have to watch that force field go away, and then you have to watch the door slide up slowly. But let's say you don't want to press leave for a second. Let's say you finally get back into your stage, and you got slapped in the face by Scar immediately, and you're like, okay, well, this run is already doomed, I better restart. So you hit restart. You go through the loading screen again. And then there's problem number 2, the environment report. This is the banner that flashes up on the screen every time you enter a stage. It tells you what the area effect is, what resonators are good to use in that area, and if there are any other special things going on. And that's great to know. But 1, does it have to be a banner that I have to click on? And 2, does it need to appear every single time I reload a stage? If I was just in the stage, I know what the thing is. I was just there. If I'm restarting the stage for the 40th time because I'm really bad at fighting Scar, I don't need to see the banner. But every time I retry, I need to click on it, and it sucks. Then, have to run over to the starting point. Why? Why must I do that? In Punishing Grey Raven, when I restart a stage, it just puts me right back into the action right away. I mean, I know it's a different kind of game, but in a game mode like this, it's basically just PGR, let's be real. So let's say I finally start the challenge, but I'm having a bad time. The boss is strong, I get absolutely demolished, and before I know it, here's the challenge failed screen. Here, I have what initially looks like 2 options, but is technically 3. We've got Leave, we've got Challenge Again, and of course Challenge Again is just a retry. Leave will put you all the way back outside down the stairs and force you to run into the building again. And that's after a long loading screen, by the way. Whenever you leave the tower, the game has to reload all the open world again, and it takes forever. And that's on top of putting you all the way down the stairs. Anyway, we don't want to leave. We don't want to leave. We want to beat this floor. But the current team just isn't working. I'm gonna need to try someone else. But if I press challenge again, it just restarts the stage for me. Well, here's the thing. There is this nice little toggle, adjust the lineup over here. And if you toggle it and press challenge again, it will take you to your team screen. Okay, that's pretty cool. Don't understand why that couldn't have been a third button, but okay. Here's the more confusing thing. I'm pretty sure as of right now, 1.1, on controller, you can't get to that adjust the lineup toggle in any way. You just can't. So whenever I want to adjust the lineup, I have to grab my mouse and toggle it, and then press challenge again. But what if I was just really sick of this stage because I had tried it for so long? And at this point, I just want to go back and try a different stage for a while. Well, luckily, from that adjust the lineup screen, by pressing back, it will actually take you back to the screen where you choose which stage you want to do. But that's another awful thing. If you want to go back to the stage selection, pausing the game to restart or leave will not prompt you to adjust the lineup. This sucks so bad, because only dying will let you do that, and it shouldn't be that way. What if you enter a stage by accident with the wrong team and you just want to go back and change your team? Well, you have to press leave to get out, and then when you press leave, it puts you all the way back at the bottom of the stairs. After that long loading screen, of course. More times than I can count, I've accidentally left the entire tower when all I wanted to do was change my team or leave the stage or something. And it's just so infuriating. It makes me not want to try. I don't have the patience. And truly, to all the people who do have the patience, I respect you so much. Not me though, inefficiency drives me nuts. There are more weird choices in Tower though. You can earn up to 3 Doritos anytime you clear a fight in Tower of Adversity. You get 1 as long as you can beat the fight, you'll get 2 if you can beat it with at least 120 seconds left on the clock, and you'll get 3 if you can beat it while having at least 180 seconds left on the clock. That's all well and good, but then when you start a stage, you'll notice something. The clock is measured in minutes and seconds, not just seconds. So maybe you're bad at maths, or maybe you just didn't think about it real hard. But there's a very good chance this has confused some people. Each floor of Tower of Adversity gives you 5 minutes to complete it. Ideally, you need to beat every single fight in 180 seconds or less. 180 seconds is 2 minutes. So why did it not just say 2 minutes? In other words, this means that you need to beat every fight before the timer goes under 3 minutes. So that's just needlessly confusing for no reason. This is more of just a nitpick, but I think it would be really nice if there was some kind of noise cue or something that would trigger if you hit one of those times. So if it hits 3 minutes, the game lets you know that you've missed out on your 3 Doritos. I also kind of wonder if 5 minutes is a good time limit as well. The game wants you to clear every fight in 2 minutes or less. You'll still get 2 Doritos if you can clear a fight in 3 minutes or less. That means there's another 2 minutes just dedicated to wasting your time as you don't pay attention to how much time has passed on the clock. Frankly, beating up something for over 4 minutes just to get 1 Dorito is not fun. I mean, I guess it's something for new players who don't have very strong teams, but man, how demoralizing. Maybe you guys like that though, I don't know. Do let me know in the comments if you enjoy this 5-minute time limit though. Of course, the easiest fix for these confusing times is to show every single time in the same format. If you're going to use seconds on the challenge goals, use seconds in the game, though it's probably easier if you just use minutes. Have one say, clear the challenge with at least 2 minutes left, and the other one say, clear the challenge with at least 3 minutes left. Easy, sorted. The horrible menus and the really excessive amount of things you need to click on to do anything really hurts my enjoyment of this game mode. I would love to just keep throwing myself at it, but I can't deal with this. So instead, my tower score looks like this. Even when I want to stay in the exact same stage with the exact same team and I am determined to keep fighting something, every time I restart, I have to load into the exact same zone again. I have to deal with the environment report coming up, I have to click through that, I have to walk up to the start challenge thing, and inevitably I'm going to have to retry it, either because I got sniped by the boss early or because there just wasn't enough time left. So I either die or I restart, and load in again, and I click on the challenge thing again. But here's the thing, if something goes wrong immediately and I want to restart, bringing up the pause menu on controller will immediately hover me over the restart button. That seems smart, right? I mean, that's always the one I want to go for. But if I die on controller, it immediately hovers over the leave button. The amount of times I have accidentally pressed leave instead of challenge again, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about how many times I've seen that stupid stairs and I had to open this stupid door. And why? Because pausing it to restart makes you hovered over the right option, and dying makes you hovered over the leave option. So anytime I get killed instead, I have to go across and press challenge again. This is so confusing and unnecessary. It's like the game is encouraging you to have a certain muscle memory and then betraying you and kicking you out and making you go through that loading screen again. At least if you're playing on mouse and keyboard, the challenge again and retry are always in roughly the same place, so you at least know what side you're putting your mouse. And again, this is a really easy fix for controller players. Just make it hover over challenge again by default. Leaving should be the last resort if it's going to kick you all the way back out. Also, adjust the lineup being a toggle is really silly. Just make it a third button. And you know what, while you're at it, put another option in either the pause menu or the challenge failed menu, or both, that lets you return back to the stage selection. You shouldn't have to go to adjust the lineup when you die only, and then go back from there to get back to the stage select. Because otherwise the only way is exiting the tower and re-entering, which seems like the more obvious way to do it, yet you have to jump through all these hoops to do basic things. You can probably tell that trying to do tower recently has driven me mad. I've spent a lot of time ignoring Tower of Adversity, screw the rewards, because I just can't take how annoying it is. This is the worst game mode in Wuthering Waves by a long shot, and it's not even because the content of the game mode itself is bad, it's because of all of this. It's so unintuitive, it's so awkward, it's so repetitive in the stuff it makes you do. I just want to get into the fight and hit things, but the game wants me to spend so much time clicking through menus and accidentally leaving. Lads, I am not okay. Tower of Adversity made me a worse person, and I need Kuro Games to fix it so I can stop complaining about it. Please share with me if you have also felt the frustrations of Tower, because I need to know I'm not alone. Depths of Elusive Realm is still the best game mode in Wuthering Waves, and it's not even close. Anyway, please subscribe.